Hello, and thank you for joining us on Level 2 of IYEP. Before we begin, I'd like to show you some of the controls that you will need for this level. We're going to look at the controllers in the left and the right hand here, and I will explain what they do, and you'll see them in action as we play the game. So on your left hand, right here, you can see that there is a button on the side of the controller. This is what we call the grip button. So you can just basically squeeze your finger here and that will press the grip button. Next, right at the front here, we have what is known as the trigger button. So by doing this, you can trigger certain events. If you look right here on the controller, you can see the X and the Y button. Particularly the X button will be of importance. So just remember that the X button right here is in your left hand. And you have the same grip button and trigger button on your right hand. But one important thing to remember is that you have this button right here, which is the control stick right here on your right hand. And you can pull that back in order to move in the game, which we'll show in a bit. And those are the most important buttons in the game. The grip buttons, the trigger buttons, X button, and the control stick. Now that we know the important buttons required to play this game, I want to show you how you will enter the game from this area here. So right on your right hand controller here, you'll see a button right on the corner. This is what's known as the Oculus button. So if you press that Oculus button, it will bring up this control panel here. Now you want to select this button on the farthest right side here that looks like 9 dots here. And if you press this 9-dot array button, it'll bring up all of your applications. Now our game in particular, you'll have to press this button here that says all and go down to unknown sources because this game is still in its testing phase. Press unknown sources and then you'll have this game here that says it's a sandbox game. And then if you press the trigger button right there, you'll start the game. Alright, now that we're in the actual game, I want to show you the basic controls that you'll progress through in order to complete the game. First thing is the mission. So right on this board here, you'll see a bunch of items. What you want to do is you want to stock the shelves so that the items are properly stocked, and then you can check to see if they've been stocked by looking at this board. So basically you'll see some items, you'll see some shelves that still need to be stocked, and you'll go through and you'll basically complete stocking up of the shelves. In order to do this, you have a couple tools of your trade, obviously your hands, which you can use to grab items. To your bottom left here, you'll have the box cutter, which you'll be able to grab with that grip button, and you'll be able to use this to cut boxes. And on your right side, a box scanner that you can grab with your grip button and use the trigger button to scan boxes and see what items are inside the box. So let's start off the game. Here you have your pallet jack, which will contain most of the items that you'll need to stock stuff with. You can actually grab the handle to pump it using the grabbing button. There you go, the handle button. Pump it 3 times, and now when you move around the room, this thing is actually going to go with you. So if I move over here, this pallet jack will follow you. Now in order to get objects from here, you're going to want to see if you have the right object. In this case, you can see that you want some cleaning spray. So you're going to scan some boxes using that trigger button. Shampoo, here it is, cleaning spray. And it's going to tell you what layout you want. So you want one box, you want it to be a tray cut, which is this style of box right here. And you want to place it right over here. So there you go, you grab the box. That'll spawn your box. And now you can cut it with your trusty knife. Now, when you want to rotate the box, you're going to press that X button that was on the left hand of your controller, and that will basically rotate your box for you. So you can go through, if you want a tray cut, you can cut the bottom side of the box in order to complete that tray cut. And there you go. And that'll expose the box in this exact style of cut that you see on the bottom here. Place it down there. And there you go. Now you basically fully stocked the middle shelf here. Now there's another style of cut, which is like this. It's a window cut. So as an example, if you want to grab the paper towel, you can go through and you can do a window style cut, which would be cutting out one panel like that, cutting out like that, and the top side. You want to cut all of these white squares here, and then you want to cut all along the top edge here. And there you go. Now you have your window cut. So those are the two styles of cuts that you'll see in the game. And lastly, if you see something that doesn't need a box, you just have to take it out of the box. So for instance, if you had shampoo, there's shampoo right here. It spawned the box. And instead of cutting out the box, you just want to open the box. So you go through, cut the middle, cut the two ends like you would a normal box, and it'll flip open. Now you can actually reach in and you can grab the items and place them on the shelves. Maybe you want to make it look exactly right. Maybe you want to just toss them on. It's all up to you. Now, not all of your items are on this pallet jack. There's only a certain amount, and you're going to just have to match them up to the area that you need. You have more stuff on this ladder here, so you can actually teleport on top of this ladder. You teleport by pulling back on the control stick on your right hand and then letting go, and that will teleport you to an area. And this will give you even more items that you need in order to complete the game. Now that we know where all the items are, if we wanted to see how we've progressed in the game, we can take a look at the board. Now you can see that we've properly stocked the cleaning spray and the shampoo, but not the paper towels. So in order to see how you progressed, you want to teleport to this corner here, ring this bell, and if you ring the bell, you'll see that the cleaning spray has been highlighted, but the shampoo hasn't. Now, why would that be? Well, if we go over to the shampoo, we can double check. Shampoo needs 16 pieces, but actually we only have 14 pieces right here. We're missing 2. So if we grab 2 and we put it on the shelf, it would be accurate. And the goal is to get all of those squares to be green. That would mean that you finished the game. And that is level 2. I hope you enjoy.